that Dutch. Pass that Dutch. Pass that Dutch. Pass the Dutch, baby. Shake,
Audio,
shake,
audio.
shake your stuff. Audio. Sorry.
Odi. Oh,
Ori dance.
no.
Ori gang.
No?
Ori hi, guys. Welcome to episode 15. The other one was 14,
15?
actually, yeah.
Oh, what had I
2013.
said? Oh, I had said 13.
Hi, how are you doing?
Are you asking me or are you asking the listeners?
You
Oh.
and the listeners, but you first.
Oh, I'm okay. I just drove back from Kisumu. Fortunately, because apparently...
Good job.
Thanks. Because apparently, guys, the lockdown has begun again.
Lockdown.
Bum, bum, bum. It's like we're in March 2020 again, but like now with new skills. I don't know.
Yeah.
Now we know how to be inside.
The government, in its traditionally reactionary manner, has decided to inflict upon us another lockdown without actually trying to give us vaccines or giving information about vaccines. Anyway,
Do you know there's actually no coordinator? Actually, guys, this is what we're talking about today. We're talking about the vaccines today.
And
Do
vaccination.
you know there's not actually a coordinated manner in which you can get a vaccine in Kenya?
Yes, I do know this.
Literally, yesterday they said that everyone has to give anyone above the age of 58 vaccines, which should have been said from the beginning.
Should have.
If you're targeting high-risk people.
It's been here for like 3 weeks, right?
It's been here for 3 weeks. They've sent out lists of, where people can get vaccines, but it's just like, I don't know, people aren't showing up, the vaccines are expiring. When people do show up, they're not allowed to get the vaccine because they're not teachers or doctors or old.
It's just
but they're
dumb. It's like the
refusing.
vaccines are running out. Let people get them.
And then you know what I also don't understand? Our government has said that they're planning to vaccinate 30% of Kenya by 2023.
Are they mad?
We're doing all this drama and it's still going to take 3 years.
It's because they don't want to spend money. They're
On
trying
what?
to... The vaccines. They have to buy them, right?
But then Russia just donate.
Don't get the Russian one.
Oh.
I don't know about the science, but it's Russia.
Ah!
Same as China.
To be fair, the Russian president
Wasn't
did
there,
refuse to disclose which vaccine he'll be taking.
Yeah, wasn't
Meanwhile,
there
his
like a thing
country has
about the
produced-
Russian vaccine not being okay?
I feel like there's something about all the vaccines.
No,
there's
like
something-
specifically the Russian one.
Or may I've heard about all of them.
That?
There's always there's a fable about each vaccine. There's a story for each one.
I mean, they're the ones that I've heard mostly been debunked, but the ones about Russia is basically about they're lying about whether they've tested it, they're lying about whether they've you don't know if they've made the protocols or observed the protocols necessary.
Me, I'm taking the vaccines like niggas. Everyone has a story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but there's 6
Are you-
other ones that are not Russian.
Yes.
Is what I'm saying.
Are you gonna get the vaccine?
Yes, as soon as I can. In fact, I'll go and try and get it tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
Mm.
Because I don't want to die from COVID.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
It's avoidable, so why not?
I
And
guess
it's free.
I have a very nervous reaction to all things medical.
Because?
I don't, even before COVID, I don't like going to the hospital.
Me either.
I feel
don't
like
even
you
like
catch
needles.
things inside the hospital.
Absolutely.
Which is actually how my sister-in-law's dad died of COVID. He broke his leg, he went to the hospital, he caught COVID, then he died.
Damn.
I just feel like, yes, hospitals are safe, but also hospitals
I mean,
are the place
hospitals
where
are
all the
not
other
safe.
people with the diseases have the thing. Safe as in that's where you get medical care. Like, you're likely to get the solution to your problem when you go to hospital
it's-
because you can't diagnose yourself. You shouldn't even be
it's-
diagnosing yourself. Like, even with painkillers, I don't self-diagnose because that's dangerous for your body, and you're doing things to your body that you don't understand because you're not a medical professional. So literally, even with headaches or cramps, I'll
Yes.
be like, I'm just going to wait for my natural pain receptors to kick in, and if they don't, I'll call a doctor. That's what I'm gonna do because there are people who are trained.
Doesn't make the hospital safer though. It makes it
So when I say safe, yeah, okay,
makes
yeah.
it easier for you to get treatment.
Yeah, so safer is the
But
wrong
it's also
word.
the place where
All the diseases congregate at a caucus
It's a collection.
together.
Mm.
Yeah. So number one, I'm nervous about medicine generally. I'm
Generally,
nervous
yeah.
about putting things into
Me
my
too.
body. Generally, I don't like going to the hospital or engaging with the hospital people.
Me too.
That makes me nervous. Then vaccines make me nervous because categorically the ones that are coming to Africa are different from the ones that are going to other places.
Are they?
Because yes, because we're only getting a few brands, aren't we? We're getting the AstraZeneca. We've just gotten the Sputnik from Russia.
Again, the Russian one. I don't know.
There we go. So we have the AstraZeneca one, which is okay, cool story. But even like the
What's
one
wrong with the AstraZeneca?
in I'm saying that's the one we're getting.
Oh, okay.
So even the other ones that they talk about, for example, the Pfizer one, where the Pfizer guy,
Pfizer,
the
Johnson
head guy
& Johnson.
was like, "I'm not taking this one," or "No, I'm not taking it now," which makes me nervous. If the head of Pfizer is like, "We made this thing, me as my company, and I'm not taking it currently. I'll wait for other people in the line." Cool story, bro. I don't know. Vaccines make me nervous. I realize that it's a global pandemic. I'm actually, every morning I wake up and I have a different view on whether or not I should get it. So today my view is, I don't know. So honestly, if I've avoided COVID this far.
It's easy to say. But the thing I wanted to add, I'm looking at countries like Germany and Canada, and because they're traditionally countries that care about their populace. And
New Zealand? Has New Zealand
I haven't
been giving
looked at New
In fact, New
Zealand,
Zealand
actually.
bought vaccines for other countries.
Yeah, because New Zealand be like that. But
Yeah.
those guys haven't said anything about the 6 that have come out.
Yeah.
AstraZeneca, Pfizer,
Johnson
Johnson & Johnson, and the other 3 that I don't remember.
Sputnik, Moderna.
Moderna.
Is the one for Dolly Parton, yeah?
Yeah.
And I can't remember the other one.
So yeah, when those guys say something about those ones, I'll feel something. The Russian one still, I don't know what I read, but it put me in a very, I don't know about them. Because, also Russia is not at the home of free and fairness
No.
in any form or shape. And they're, let me not say anything. Russians are Russians.
Yeah.
So, moving on.
So I haven't decided whether I'll get the vaccine.
Yeah.
I have a healthy mistrust for the medical sector, even though they have the things that, usually make you feel better. But sometimes medical care in Kenya can go so disastrously wrong.
Sometimes, I feel like a lot of times it does.
I know. So, for example, with NHIF, I don't pay for NHIF because I think it's a pyramid scheme.
It is.
But a lot of people I know have gotten a lot of care from NHIF. One of my cousins had cancer. They paid for all his cancer things. They took him and his wife to India and still pay for his...
So,
I know great stories about NHIF and I know bad stories about NHIF, and I would rather not engage with it. Although at some point, the older you get towards 40, I don't know.
both of them can be true. I mean,
Both
it's
of
not
those things can be
technically
true.
a pyramid
But I don't
scheme,
know
but
how
it's
to...
someone is taking advantage
Someone
of
is
NHIF
taking advantage of it,
to steal
and you
money
don't know,
from it.
Yeah, and you don't know if they're going to take advantage from your subscription, meaning...
Or they take advantage of everybody.
But this is the thing. There's some people who still get the medical care they need.
Yeah,
And there's some people
there's a
who
certain
don't.
threshold beyond which they won't give you care.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and COVID is not covered also universally.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
well,
like-
I mean, now they've started putting out special packages for covering COVID.
I don't understand these guys.
I also don't understand. See, if you
Yes.
can't see, then you do it. I
Yeah.
don't understand. See, we're already paying.
So why should I pay for this thing that is supposed to be healthcare for all, basically, and then you don't provide healthcare for even a little bit of the people?
I don't
It's
understand.
weird.
I don't. So healthcare is weird.
They
So
just
that-
want to
that's
steal
where
the money. That's where
suspicion
the nini is. The
comes
scam
from.
is.
That's where my suspicion comes from also. I mean, aside from the fact that vaccines have never been made this fast, and I get why vaccines have never been made this fast, because
There was
before...
no impetus.
There was no impetus. Corona was threatening rich people in their economies, so they've decided to fix it as rapidly as they possibly can. Cool story, but like I said, if I have avoided COVID this far, okay, if I can continue to avoid COVID, so for example, let's say if I wanted to travel, see, I'll just take a COVID test so that I'm not giving it to the people in your country. And if the people in your country are vaccinated, see, then they won't give it to me. No one will be exchanging anything.
Also, if you want to travel, go to Dubai. You'll get the COVID vaccine free.
I mean, assuming I'm willing to get the vaccine in the first place. But if I
Oh,
wasn't,
yeah, that's correct.
let's say I want to wait for a year and see how people react to it, right? Technically, see, I can just continue to go around with a mask because, again, I have avoided COVID. Maybe the third wave COVID is different. I don't know. But if I've
No,
avoided
it
it
is.
thus far,
The third wave of COVID is
It's
definitely different.
but anyway, yeah, the third wave of COVID is different. But wearing a mask and whatever precautions I have taken up until this point has kept me out of harm's way.
Yeah.
Who is to say that this will not continue?
Nobody, because those precautions, if followed diligently and practiced with, military precision, generally keep you safe.
And yes, I have avoided it, and I understand not everyone has. I understand that, like, some people have gotten COVID regardless of the things that they have been following, yeah?
All the precautions.
But, like, that's why, like, bodies are different. Like, different bodies react to different things in different ways. Like, for me, maybe doing the most basic of precautions will work. With you, maybe you'll do all the precautions and you'll still get COVID.
Yeah.
So, now that I haven't gotten, and what I've been doing is masking and distancing, blah, 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 blah. See, then I can just continue doing that.
I mean, yeah.
I'm just
but
saying.
There's no reason to.
Yeah. No, my brother did tell me. My brother's a doctor. He got the vaccine, like, I think on day 2 of it being here. My brother said, get the vaccine or die. And I was just like, that is such a cheery outlook.
He's right, though.
But when you say get the vaccine or die, you realize that means that 70% of Kenya will die then. That's not categorically true. They're only vaccinating 30% of Kenya. So 70% of Kenya will die. That's untrue.
I mean, you don't know if it is or it isn't.
No, I know categorically that it cannot be true, because if this vaccine was so disastrous, then your pretentious government would be pretending to get vaccines for everyone so that everyone would get it.
I think it's more like 70%. 70% of the people who get it have a chance of dying.
Say that statistic again.
When you're saying they're looking to target 30% of the country, that means 70% is not in the target. Half of those people are assumed to have strong enough immunity, and then the other half are the people who you think will get it and might survive.
And then
so what we're saying is that
that
70%, however many people are in that percentile, could die because they don't have the vaccine.
Could,
yes.
Not will.
Yes.
So you're proving my point.
Yeah.
It's not a categorical statement that you can say if you don't get the vaccine you'll die. That's not true. That's all I'm saying. Because we were.
But you want to risk it on a statistical chance?
But I'm not risking it.
You've already been risking it because there was no option until the vaccine came.
Yes.
Now there's an option.
And even when there was no option and all we could do was protect ourselves, I did not get the COVID. Yes, and I did not get the COVID, which means what I have been doing has been working.
Statistically, you're bound to fail.
How so?
Because COVID is multiplying. It's a virus.
That's true. But the African COVID is different. I mean, like, I'm kidding. The third wave is different. The third wave has actually been affecting. You know how, like, people, there was this thing by a Ministry of Health where they were like, the numbers that you once thought were numbers are now becoming people you actually know. Not that there haven't been people that we actually know, but it just seems like there's, like, many, many people now. Like Lorna Irungu Macharia, who died the other day, may she RIP. And I was just like, Yanni, you fight lupus for 20 years.
And the COVID gets
And the thing that gets you, because lupus is not a joke, man. Lupus is a hectic, dramatic disease where you need like a panel of doctors at all times, and you're a battery of medicine. You're constantly dealing with like hospital visits and pain, and your body is reacting in like crazy ways. First of all, I don't even know how she had the energy to do all the things that she was doing.
Her life.
And then
with
the thing that
so
kills
much
you
vigor.
is COVID. I can't. Anyway, yeah.
Also, the research I've been doing the last week about the COVID vaccine is that even in an ideal situation, they don't want to vaccinate 100% of the population.
Why?
Logistically and statistically is a nightmare. You can't do it.
Why?
You can't get to everybody. People don't even have electricity. People don't have telephones.
I don't think that's true. They got to everyone with polio.
No,
they got to everyone with RBC. Yes, they did. See, that's how polio was eliminated.
No.
Polio and smallpox would not have been eliminated if
I'm telling you, I've done the research.
The
polio and smallpox were eliminated because, let me give you the example that was given in the video. In India, there's a high density of people.
Where is this video from?
The internet.
Where on the internet?
I'll share the video. Let me tell you the story first. So, because of the high population density in India, they were having problems vaccinating people from smallpox. Smallpox, particularly, because they could vaccinate this group of people and it breaks out there and then it's just spreading towards the north or the south or whatever it's spreading to. So their tactic was to get the vaccine to the people who you suspect have been infected, or the person who's been infected, anyone who's been in contact with them, and anyone who's in contact, like you do contact tracing of that particular person and vaccinate anyone around there and anyone who's likely to be coming in contact with that person, so that you limit or you contain the spread within those different circles. Because trying to get to everybody at the same time is impossible. Eventually you'll get there, but eventually might not be soon enough, because if this thing keeps mutating, it's going to get to a point where there'll be no, there'll be no treatment.
So you're going to get it tomorrow?
If I can, sure.
Okay. All right. I'm going to let y'all know. You know what I think we should also do? I think we should have like an immunologist or someone to also just like allay my fears, because there is a lot of vaccine, what's called like hesitancy, like for like people just don't want to get it. And that could be dangerous because number one, the vaccines will expire. Number two, if essential workers and mostly medics are also not getting it and they're the ones treating us for the thing, that could be, but they're the ones who are supposed to be getting the vaccines, right? So even if I'm in the 70%, do I even need to worry about getting the vaccine? Because they weren't planning for me anyway. They were planning for doctors, teachers, guys who have to come into contact with people every day. Man. Your president who just got it after shutting down the economy 10 minutes ago. Like, that's what they planned for. If I'm not even in the line anyway, I'm just saying.
I don't know why you're justifying to yourself not getting a vaccine. It's not even
justifying to myself. I'm just sharing with you the reasons that I am feeling slightly anxious about getting the vaccine. Because it feels a bit forceful. I don't like it.
Forceful how?
It feels forceful like the way my brother was saying, get the vaccine or you'll die. But that's not true. That's categorically not true.
He's being an old person.
Cool, but it's not true.
No,
and a lot of the information that's
he's
being
given, an old person. That's how old people did things. Do this or else.
But a lot of the things that everyone is talking about, even like on the Twitter streets, even Diana, it's very. Diana was like, if everyone is getting it, why wouldn't you get it? If everyone jumps off a bridge, will I get it?
That's not an argument I agree with.
No, but like there's a lot of arguments that I don't agree with that are very forceful, that make it seem like it's something that I have to do or else life will end or I'll die.
What you're saying is that you're just being rebellious.
No! You see, okay, and I've been having this discussion. Anyway, that's a different...
That has nothing to do with the vaccine. All the arguments you're presenting have nothing to do with the vaccine. What I'm saying is the
arguments that have been presented to me, including but not limited to the disorganization of the government in giving out these vaccines, them saying that only 30% of people will be vaccinated, medics themselves saying that they're not going to take the vaccine, the lack of clarity just generally where this vaccine is concerned, like globally, it's just making me nervous. And if I don't have to do it and if I can just continue doing the measures that I've been doing, why not?
Because eventually you'll get it.
You don't know that. You can't say that I will
can,
for sure say
because
that.
If 70% of the people don't get vaccinated, that means only 30% are vaccinated. That means among the 70%, and even among the 30%, the vaccine doesn't prevent you from getting COVID.
No, it doesn't.
It prevents you from dying.
Yes.
So the populace at large is going to keep getting COVID.
Yes.
And whether or not you're vaccinated, statistically speaking, because the way a virus works, it's going to keep multiplying and people are going to keep getting infected.
Okay.
It's only a matter of time until it's you.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
So it's only a matter of time until it's me?
Yes.
Is that Stima? It's only a matter of time until it's Kenya Power. Oh my God! Kenya Power! Oh, it's back. It's just, it felt like there were enough problems today. Well, with fucking Shafi Weru, who should fucking still be on radio. Anywho, Sawa. Number one, we're assuming that I haven't already had COVID and I was like asymptomatic or we thought it was something else.
You got tested, right? Did they tell you if you have antibodies?
No, I don't think they told me if I have antibodies.
Because if you had COVID within the last 4 months,
they would have shown me that I had antibodies.
Yeah,
okay.
Your blood would have shown.
I don't think they said that, but I'll read the report again. So number one, we're assuming that I haven't already had it. Number two, we're assuming that if I get it, it'll kill me, which is also
no. That's not what I'm assuming. I'm assuming that you will get it. Full stop. That's my only assumption. I don't know how your body will react. No one knows, because that's the whole point.
That's true.
So for me, I'm saying, with the availability of a free vaccine, and not knowing whether your body will be strong enough or fight the disease off well enough for you to survive if and when you get it.
Are you also not worried about taking the vaccine from people who actually need it?
you just said just now that the people who need it don't want it.
No, like, for example, forget even those guys. 70% of Kenya is youth, right? The 30% are clearly not. The 30% of Kenya are the ones who, like, the above 50
I mean, youth is technically...
40 and up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are...
No, as in, so now, like, the elderly people who actually need it, whose bodies we know are not strong enough to fight it, and then I go and get a free vaccine when there's a limited number of vaccines. Like, does that worry you?
No, not particularly.
But the...
Old people fuck the country.
Ooh,
and the world.
He said, fuck you, old people. Kina Shafi. Okay, cool.
No, it's like they should go and get it, but if they don't want to, it's not my business.
No, you can't make people do things.
Same with you. It's like if you don't want to, you don't want to.
It's true. I agree. Bodily autonomy is a thing.
Bodily autonomy is a thing. Consent is mandatory.
Yes.
Also, just go get your brains checked out, man.
Your brains? Is there a test for that?
Yeah, it's called psychology and fucking
that's
therapy.
True. That's true.
Psychotherapy. Go deal with your shit. Anyway, that's a different story. We already talked about that.
Coming with it on radio. Okay, guys, are you getting vaccinated? What are your thoughts and fears and commentaries?
Any experts or immunologists in the TL? Let us know what's up.
I actually wrote an article about getting the vaccine to make sex easier.
Whoa.
It's going to be in the paper tomorrow, which means by the time this comes out, it'll have been last week.
I mean, that's a good reason.
I thought so. I was like, if nothing else, if you want to have stranger danger sex, right? Although, hey, what in this climate of Nairobi, I don't know if strangers are the way forward. Woo! Anyway, I'm going to stop that train of thought because even exploring men at this point in my life is difficult. All right, guys. Let us know if you've been vaccinated. Bye!
If not, why?
Oh, if not, why?
And if so, when?
And yeah. Bye.
Bye-bye.